come to see us when you ready to make that content. Let's go. COC, yeah, in the mastermind click. Got the vibes that.
Now, growing up, what type of creatives was you guys into? Like, what made you want to be a creative?
I will definitely start that one. I grew up in a very musical family. My dad, who the Dallas is named after, was a gospel singer for 40 years. Yeah, that's his first album he recorded over there. So I kind of grew up in a musical family, a creative family. I started making jewelry and whatnot when I was in middle school, and ended up like funding a trip to Europe when I was a senior in high school, just selling my own creations and whatnot. So it's kind of always been a part of me. Creation has always been a part of me. So yeah.
You said what arts did we experience when growing up that kind of influences someone to do this? Or
Yeah,
just want to be
like all around creative.
Man, music was probably the earliest one, just because my mother had just put a lot of different music in front of me. The music she grew up with, with me and my older siblings, she'd always play like classical music when we were going to sleep and nature sounds and that kind of stuff. So I delved into music the hardest. I've always loved animation, anime, and the arts. So that was my earliest experience with trying to sketch and draw. Excuse me, that's kind of came back around now. So some of the pieces behind me, y'all are previewing a little bit of the exhibit we're getting together for myself. But that's what kind of it gave me that experience. And then I performed for the first time when I was 10, and I think that's what made me want to start doing music as a full-time focus career.
Wow. I know before, when we first got here, you was talking about your band.
Sorry.
You're good.
How you doing? Oh, that's right. What's up?
Oh, hey. How you doing, Raheem?
Okay. This is one of the most amazing arts actually shows in our space. His pieces are the ones to the those two pieces right there. Those pieces too. Apologies. I'll go back to answering that question. That's actually not too bad of a cut right there.
Yeah, that was very good.
One more time. Apologize.
About growing up, what made you get into the creatives, and then I was about to ask you about your band.
Oh, okay. You said one more time. You said something about the band. That's right. You said
when we first got here, you was talking about your band and live performances and stuff. Can you talk a little more about that?
Oh, okay. It's been a really awesome journey to work with some musicians to help tease out my creative thoughts beyond the instruments I'm capable of playing. Divine Timing are my brothers, and we've made some really amazing songs. We're working on recording a couple more singles right now. It's been awesome to tease out and get full ideas out of songs that I've been working on. For some of these songs I've been working on for 5 or more years before I met them, because all I knew was guitar and vocals, and I knew a little bit of what I wanted to say, but didn't know all of the elements that were going to happen around it. So watching that come to fruition is kind of like the magic of what I was talking about, watching bands form. So our band did not form in this space, but the new iteration of the band did form in this space. So we were originally founded elsewhere, but all the members who are currently in the band right now met and connected in this space for the first time. Watching them play instruments showed me how to even understand the mastery of how to play certain instruments. Working together in a band in a more professional and more mature setting. The only band I had before this when I was 18, so I didn't really have the nuances of how to navigate people's lives and scheduling and psyches and psychologies and all that kind of stuff. And it's understanding a group full of men that were all parents. 3 of us are parents probably, but they can't well yet. But 3 of us are parents, all of us are artists, and all of us are, hardworking men in the city, recognized individually for different arts. So pairing that together and making that work together has its own challenges and it has its own beauties. Okay. And I'm happy that this space allows us to come and do that at the highest level.
Nice. What challenges have come with running the Dallas?
Whew, sleepless nights. Sheesh.
Understanding, like having a deeper understanding for the Columbus art scene and really seeing what controls, restricts, and what's able to move by owning a space like this. You see a lot of that stuff shifting around you, and then you understand the chess game you have to play after you're there. That's one of the deepest challenges. And it's without being extremely transparent, that's the biggest challenge, I would say. There are other smaller challenges of being able to, we're an art space and we're for the people and we love people. And that cutoff, where does that stop for like, where do I give the energy to the community? Where do I give the energy to my family? Those are some of the smaller ones which we mastered over time. And it never got to a point where we were at, we love our family so much so we never let it get to the point where we burn out. So it doesn't
We are definitely, we are 24/7 involved in it in some way because we live here and work here and create here and all of that. So it is very all-encompassing. So we have to draw a line at like, I'm not going to answer messages after 7 p.m. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Setting personal boundaries and stuff like that, to be able to maintain, like, we're also working artists and also want to maintain the space. So, finding balance of not forgetting our creativity and helping other people do, their creative things. I think we've kind of figured out a little juggling act that works for us for the most part.
So a lot of the challenges are now just, when they're presented, it's like I like the word obstacles a little bit better because you can overcome them.
Absolutely.
And challenges you can overcome too. Sometimes challenges are insurmountable. You know what I mean? A lot of these are like obstacles or walls that have hallways around them. So it's like, okay, we don't want to run to the wall, we just want to shift.
On the pivot.
Take it off.
You have to be willing. You got to be ready. Not even willing. You have to be willing and ready to pivot at any moment. Because you never know.
What are some of the standout moments / performances that have taken place at the Dallas?
Probably my favorite one is Alfred Banks. The last time he was here, on like performance levels, personal levels, was probably one of the most memorable and my personal favorite performance we've had so far.
So a few performances have made me tear up, so I'm trying to think of those right now. I'm gonna just genuinely say Tertiary Thursdays. There's so many different performances that once they get there, it's a lot of great performers from a lot of different genres. It's like our local Grammys almost every single
Every time.
No one's trying to outdo anyone. Everyone wants to do their best and maybe impress themselves. Is what it feels like. So I'll just say genuinely Tertiary Thursdays. However, outside of what we've done normally when we do, we might curate other events with working with other members. I really love the compliment rap battles. So we've had some of the most successful, we did actually. A world record holding freestyle artist came by during the second one, but for the first one was just all local artists. Brother Fun Guy Flows, who's from Pittsburgh, came by here. He holds the world record in the longest individual freestyle. It was like 2 days or something.
It was something crazy. Like
you have to go 45 minutes and you're allowed to take a 15-minute break to like use a restroom and stuff, but like that's the rule standard for.
Okay.
He's epic.
But yeah, he can flow for days over anything for any reason. But watching people use that normal battle rapper aspect, being a hip hop artist, using that normal structure, but now you have to compliment, right? And now you might have to compliment a stranger, right? So push you in a space of like, yeah, it was easy to dig up dirt on somebody and talk mess about them, talk shit about them. But is it much easier? I mean, isn't it more challenging to say something compliment or something nice? Or doesn't it feel better?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
As a hip hop artist, that was the one thing I didn't like after doing battles. I couldn't stand how it made me feel after. It's like a fight almost, right? It's like a boxing match. Like, hey, you want to knock the other guys, you want to knock him out like as quick as possible, so you don't really gotta hurt him. But you don't want to hurt him either.
Right.
You kind of want to hurt him, but it's a weird tug of war, right? So I enjoy the sport, like, and I love boxing. Do not get me wrong. I will watch some boxing, but I get why that might be the conflict with the boxer now. You might resist that punch you would have knocked him out with. Like, you get knocked out, right?
Right.
But in a similar sense, I think that's what this is.
Nice. What's next for the Dallas, and how do you see it evolving within the Columbus creative scene?
We have some renovations coming up, actually. Sorry to think about that for a second. I'm like, wait, what do we have coming up? We recently got awarded the 614 Beautiful Grant.
Oh, wow.
Yes, which we're super thankful for. And we're going to be able to fix our accessibility ramp, to have a full ramp instead of just a half ramp to make accessibility easier to come in and out. We're going to be able to put a back porch / backstage area outside, which is going to be cool, and do some renovations for the bathroom, which is awesome, and some lighting and whatnot. So we definitely have a lot of upgrades coming this year on the building itself, and more of the same awesome events that we've been doing.
Our series are going to continue. Me and one of our members right now are continuing a series called Master MCs, which is what I was referencing earlier with like some of the hip hop shows. So you can look out for that. We're going to be looking to make that a regular monthly event. Don't want to give the date yet, but it's definitely going to be something regularly occurring. The next one of that, the next one is occurring the end of March, so someone look out for that. And from then on, it should be a monthly series.
Okay.
Featuring hip hop artists, DJs, and more of the elements of hip hop. I was talking about. I'm currently working on an album, and there's going to be a release party for that. That's going to be in the spring sometime, so stay on the lookout for that. But yeah, we're looking for more involvement with the community. So you look out for that. So Milo Grogan will definitely be more involved with what we're doing here in the future. Yeah.
Nice. What's your favorite thing about living in Columbus, and what makes the city special to you?
Oh, my favorite thing.
My favorite thing about living in Columbus is. You said, what's your favorite thing about living in Columbus, and what makes it
The city special to you?
Okay. I think I can answer that with the same question. With the same answer. I love the aspect of our arts that are a fusing of cultures in such a unique way, but a popularly accepted way. And I mean that within a cultural sense, not like it's popular because it's popular, but pop culture. A lot of what we do in the arts here is a mix of what is popular around the nation and some of what was popular around the world. I could say that musically we're known for a little bit of rock. We got a couple hip hop artists from here. We got Christian hip hop from here, but then we have folk that's also big here, and country that has its own space here. And there's still elements of classical and classical theatrical elements here, which is really unique. Most cities lean into one of those things, if not, or one. They're like, oh, we have a classical area and we have jazz, or we have blues and jazz, which is relatively one go off from the other, so they have the similarities, and then we have our classical. We have realms for all of those in their own respective regards. And sometimes they've moved, like the hip hop aspect have kind of like jumped a little bit based off venues, but the culture, the community, and the people have relatively been the same. And there have been people, RJD2, J. Rawls, a lot of other people mentioned. In jazz, you got Roshan Roland Kirk, who I mentioned. So we have these genres that people were big in them. Rock, we have 21 Pilots, and I think folk rock is Camp, recently. And these bands are more recent, but they're all these different genres. And in other cities, you might see one genre in hip hop or one genre in something else. But this is it's a wider range of genres, and they all have their own diverse sounds that they pick from each other. Camp just brought Joey H out on stage. He was one of the more popular hip hop artists in the city, dope guy. And then you had 21 Pilots, who they do rock, but like dude's always rapping most of the songs. You know what I mean? So, yeah. I think those are some of my favorite elements of it, and I love how when we lean into that, it showcases our identity the best. Yeah. We're great at taking the cultures of what we are and leaning into them, and if we do that right, the world receives us authentically, and then when we don't, it comes off inauthentically.
Do you believe the city supports each other?
I believe we're doing better now than we ever have been. In the past, the institutions that fund artists made it very difficult for us to support each other. I think that's the easiest way to say that. Okay. I think it would be hard for a rock artist, even if they supported hip hop artists, to constantly hang around those cultures and communities and get the same level of funding that they would have got. Yeah. If 21 Pilots was kicking it at Club Fire and Club Ice when it was in their heydays, I don't even know if y'all know what that is.
Oh, I know what it is.
If they was kicking it, like, if you seen Tyler run out with the drumsticks like this, it'd have been, you know what I mean? It'd have been like, is that the dude from 21 Pilots? Nah, but that ain't him, but that had to be somebody else. But you tripping, that wasn't him. But you know what I mean? I think it's been made difficult, and I think we're doing a much better job at it. And people are giving everybody their flowers at every moment. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Who was one creative, dead or alive, that you wish you could spend the day with?
Oh my goodness. You go first.
We can put this. No, we're about to get her to come here and perform. Valerie June.
Oh, you know what?
Just come here and perform, Valerie.
Yeah, Valerie June.
Perform, Valerie June. We got Family in the City.
Stage. We have Flashy Lights.
Best sound guy in the city. I know your music. I love your music. Come perform here.
Intimate setting. Okay, yeah, that was.
Okay.
That was it.
If you're having your spare time, go look at my music straight.
Okay. When it's all said and done, what type of legacy do you hope to leave behind?
I hope that we are seen and viewed as a place to go to figure out who you are, how you want to do it, how you want to move, build yourself up, fly, grow bigger and bigger and bigger. I really hope that's what our legacy turns into. That's kind of my my happy little ending there.
I agree. I don't have anything else to add to that.
Nice. You have a message for the Columbus youth?
Yeah,
I would love to. Don't ever give up on your dreams. And without just making that so simplified, don't give up on your dreams. Make a true step-by-step plan on how to achieve your dreams. And if you don't know how to do that, start with the education on how to do that. And if you don't have the funding to do that, start with checking out a book in the industry you want to start in. And then go from there. Many people, some of the more successful people in some of the industries, even beyond the arts, somebody saw something great in them that had something going good for themselves. It might have been a family member, it might have been a complete stranger that just saw them out in public painting, saw them out in public putting some wires together and creating a robotic arm out of nothing. And they're like, you did that with garbage? somebody needs to get this kid a $10,000 stipend so they can make a robot walking around the backyard, you know? So don't give up on it and find a way and pathway to it. And in a city like Columbus and a nation like the United States, luckily, we do have access to resources, and if not, at least the resources, good people to get us connected with them. So start the conversations, go to church, start talking to people, go to school, start talking to the teachers. You'd be surprised what some of their hobbies are outside of school. And you might be able to find some mentors beyond your school network. And yeah, just truly lean into that and follow it, and don't stop for anything.
Nice. Can you guys give us your socials?
The Dallas at Milo on Instagram and on Facebook. Personal Tree Goddess.
Tree Goddess photos on Instagram.
And Terry Tertiary on Instagram.
Okay. Before we get out of here, is there anything else you guys would like to talk about, promote?
Tertiary Thursday is coming up on the, what date? 19th?
Yes, the 19th of this month. And it's going to be a Black Excellence celebration. But I also wanted to say, thanks, Columbus. We appreciate y'all, man. Seriously. For all the accreditations, being recognized, the experience, telling people about, what to expect from the space. Thank you. We really do appreciate everything y'all given to us, and we promise to keep upholding the standard of the space as high as possible so that this can be here at the strongest rate for as long as possible.
Melissa and Terry, thank you for having us today. We appreciate you guys, and we love this space, and the city really needed this space. Central Ohio Creators, we just finished another dope episode here at the Dallas. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much.